Keep one on as we're changing them so the carriage doesn't go flying backwards. We've got 2 green springs, those are our heaviest. We've got a medium spring, which is our red spring, our light spring, which is our blue, and our really light spring, which is our yellow spring. And then our platform is the stable part of the carriage. So if we do need to stand on it, that's where we would stand, because this is the part that moves, that's our stable bit. We're not going to stand on the carriage today. This is our foot bar, which we will be using today, but that is the bit that moves up and down just by moving it from the side up and down. We're going to keep it in that position today. And then behind you, you've got your straps. You've got the small loops for your hands and the larger loops which go around your feet in the arches of your foot. You've got your headrest and your shoulder pads, and that is the carriage. So we are going to make a start in a moment. Do you have any injuries that I'm not aware of?
No, you are aware.
I'm aware of your injuries.
Yeah.
And who you want to know. And you're okay with hands on adjustments?
Yes, that's fine.
Perfect. Okay. Do you want to take a seat on the carriage? Do you want to straddle the carriage or sit with your legs crossed?
I'll take a seat. Thank you.
Lovely. Let's just relax into the session. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Releasing off any tension and some breaths. Nice big rolls as we settle ourselves into the session. And then we're going to do our breath work to start. We're going to take our hands into our ribs and we're going to close into those eyes. And we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to imagine as we breathe in, we've got a balloon inside that rib cage, and that balloon is inflating and deflating as we breathe in and out. As we exhale, that balloon deflates, and we breathe out strong as if we're breathing through a straw. Inhale again, feel that balloon. Breathe out strong, feel that balloon deflating against our hands. We're going to gently lift up through our core, tightening in through those abdominals. As we pull those ribs together with our breath. And we're going to gently lift through our pelvic floor. Imagine there's a corset tightening around our waist. And we're pulling all of that in together with our breath work. So deep breath in and strong breath out. Nice. Keep that going for a couple more breaths. Last one. Pull those abdominals in, pull the ribs together. Lovely. We can open our eyes. I'm going to take a nice big stretch up to the top. A nice big stretch down. This time we're going to put our chin to our chest. We're going to roll through our pelvic. So tilting our hips under, chin to chest, and we're going to push our hands forward. So we're stretching through our back, through the shoulder muscles, and we're really stretching through the spine. Nice spinal mobility. Take a deep breath in as we come back up. And as we breathe out, we're going to put our hands behind our back, pull our shoulder blades together, and lift our chest. Nice breath out. Let's do that again, chin to chest. Rolling through our spine, tucking our hips under, stretching through those shoulder blades, and breathing in, and deep breath out as we do the other way, stretching that the other way. Lovely. We're going to do some rotation, so we're going to go into our side bend. We're going to breathe out as we come across, and breathe in as we return. So breathing out and breathing in, making sure our hips stay grounded on the carriage, not lifting off, so we're really feeling that side stretch. Breathe in to return, and breathing out as we go over. Nice, that's the beginning. Rolling our shoulders back. We're going to put our arms out in front of us. We're going to make sure we're straight from our wrists right through to our shoulders, and we're going to do a rotation back. So we're going to make sure our hip bones are facing forward, and we're rotating from the top, and we breathe out as we rotate, looking over our shoulder, and we breathe in as we bring our arm back. We can do the other side, rotating back, breathing out, and breathing in. Lovely, breathing out, rotating, keeping those hips forward, and back to begin. Let's do one more on each side. That's lovely, well done. Back to the beginning then now. So we're going to do our footwork. So we're going to change our spring choice this time. So we're going to start warming up through our legs, through our glutes, through our hamstrings. And we're going to use 2 greens and a blue. So if you like to lie back, head between the headrest, feet onto the foot bar, and we're going to put our feet into a Pilates feet position, which means our heels go together and our toes are turned down to 10 and 2. That's lovely. Making sure that our feet are flexed, and it's our heel that's pressing in, not the arch of our feet or anywhere else. Heels in, nice big push we're going to do through our heels. So we'll take a deep breath in, and as we push back, we're going to breathe out. Nice. Nice deep breath out. In to return the carriage back home, and pushing out. Carriage to push away. In, breathing out. So we're feeling now those hips, those inner thighs pulling together. As we breathe out, pulling that back in. Making sure then that our shoulders are nice and relaxed on that carriage, they pull back and down. We're pulling in our abdominals as well, so they're nicely switched on and working, and we're working through those legs. That's lovely. Keeping our arms relaxed by the side of us. Breathing in to return and breathing out as we push in. Nice deep breaths. Those heels pushed in, those toes flexed up. And as we come down on this next one, we're going to come down halfway and we're going to do a little pulse, working into those hamstrings, and we're going to push the carriage along. So we're breathing in to come down and pulse, and then we're breathing out to push that carriage away. Lovely. Keep that going. Nice relaxed shoulders. Make sure that rib cage isn't flaring up. Beautiful. Let's just do a couple more of those. Nice. And bring the carriage back home. This time we're going to change our feet position, because we're going to start to work through the hips. We're going to take our feet to the widest part of the foot bar. We're going to turn our feet out, until 10 and 2. Keep our heels pressed in, because we're going to work through those hips as we push away this time. So the same kind of movement, but with our legs wide. We're making sure that those knees are tracking over those ankles, so that they're nice alignment. And we're going to take a deep breath in, and we're going to push the carriage along as we breathe out. Lovely. Keep those feet flexed. And then nicely turned out, 10 and 2. Is it? Lovely. Feel those hips warming up a little bit now, along with those hamstrings, backs of those legs. So keeping our hands relaxed by our sides, shoulders back and down. Nice. And the next one we're going to come in halfway. We're going to do a little pulse. And we're going to breathe out as we push the carriage along. Lovely. Little pulse. Breathe out as we push the carriage along. Actually keeping those feet flexed, working through those legs and our feet. Nice. One more, and bring the carriage home. We are going to move to some single leg work now. So we're going to first of all put both feet on the foot bar in our heels, hip distance apart. We're going to take our one leg off, so take our right leg off, and so our left heel is pushing in, because that's going to do the movement. The right leg's long, and as we push away, the right leg comes into tabletop position. So making sure that the right leg is long, off the carriage, off the foot bar, push the carriage away with our left heel, and then it comes into 90 degrees, not too far into our chest, and we go back in, and the leg goes long again. So pushing away with our left heel, nice and strong. So our left toe is the flexed, and our right toe is nicely pointed, lovely. Breathing again, so breathing out as we push the carriage away as before, and breathing in to return. Making sure that the leg is just into 90, up to about there, lovely. Very nice, well done. Nice and relaxed in those shoulders again. And we'll just do 2 more, and then we're going to change legs and do that on the other side. Beautiful. So, opposite side then. So, right heel into the foot bar, left leg goes long over the foot bar. Excellent. As we push away then, that right leg comes in into 90. Breathing out, push away. Breathing in to return. Push through the heel, keep that foot flexed. And the left leg, the toes pointed, so we're working through those calf muscles. Nice. Nice big breath out. And into return. Good stuff. Okay, last 2. And bring the carriage home. We're going to work into our calf muscles now. So we're going to put our toes onto the foot bar, hip distance apart. It's the ball of the foot that's pressing into the foot bar this time, and our heels are nicely lifted, like we're wearing a pair of high heels. So get those heels nicely lifted. Take a deep breath in, and breathe out as we push the carriage long. Relax the shoulders, pull in the core, and pull that carriage back in. So pushing out, and breathing in as we pull the carriage home. Lovely, well done. Keep those heels lifted, really work through those calf muscles. That's really nice. You can feel that now through your backs and your legs. Nice and lifted, those heels. We'll just do 2 more of those. And on this next one, we're going to keep the carriage out long. Lovely. We're going to pedal those heels now. So 1 foot dropping under, 1 heel dropping under the foot bar at a time. Nice and slow, so you're really stretching out those muscles. Beautiful, well done. Nice big stretch. Just do a couple more of those. And then bring the carriage back home. Lovely. Okay, we're going to change our springs, so roll up and change our springs. We're going to go for 1 green and 1 blue. So just drop off the green.
1 green and blue.
Yeah. And we're going to go into some glute bridging. So we're going to be working through our glutes, our hamstrings in this exercise, and we're also going to be doing our spinal articulation by rolling up. So if you'd like to lie back, head between the headrest.
I just want to check it's definitely filming. I'm just really paranoid for a second. sorry guys. I thought I was the one responsible for pressing play. I thought, oh God, I thought I pressed play. Lovely.
Okay. So we are going to put our heels onto the foot bar hip distance apart. When we glute bridge, we roll up from our pelvis right the way through our spine. So we're just going to begin by doing some pelvic tilts. So we're just tilting our pelvis, not going into quite a bridge, but just starting that movement back and forth. lower spine, our lumbar spine, into our thoracic spine and up to our shoulders. So we're taking it off one vertebrae at a time. Hands are relaxed by our sides. We can use our hands to help us with the lifting. We're breathing out as we lift up, rolling through each of the vertebrae, right to the top, beautiful, and we're rolling all the way back down, one vertebrae at a time. We're trying to keep that carriage pulled in, so to do that we're going to make sure that when we're lifting, we're pushing our knees forward and over the foot bar, rather than up towards the sky. We're trying to push them forward, that's lovely, and rolling all the way back down. We're trying to get ourselves like a ski slope, so really straight line from our hips through to our shoulders, that's lovely, and rolling all the way back down. Nice. Use those hands for stability. Push those knees forward, keeping that carriage in, really feeling it now through our glutes and our hamstrings. Nice, well done. Just going to do 2 more. And on this next one, we're going to roll up and we're going to hold. Nice. We're going to push the carriage away, keeping those hips high. Only go as far as you can, and pulling that carriage back in, breathing in, and then rolling it back down. Nice. Rolling back up, one vertebrae at a time, and push the carriage away. Lovely. Keeping those hips as high as you can. Beautiful. And then rolling back down. We're going to do 1 more. This is quite tough on our legs, this one. Push the carriage nice and long, pull the carriage back in, and rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. The last thing that touches the carriage is our tailbone. Well done. Just shake the legs off a little bit. So we're going to do a little bit of single leg. Don't worry, I won't do too much to you today. Okay, so we're going to do single leg work this time. So exactly the same, but we've only got 1 leg to use for stability. The other one is going to be in tabletop position. We're rolling up in exactly the same, so we've got to try and keep our hip square because we're not allowing our hip to drop when 1 leg isn't there for stability. So taking our right leg up into tabletop, and our left heel is pushed into that foot bar. Use our hands, roll up through each part of the spine, through the lumbar spine, through the thoracic spine, right to the top. Nice. And rolling back down. I'm going to do a few of these. Breathing out and breathing in as we roll all the way back down. Try and keep that leg into tabletop position. Let's do 1 more on this leg. Beautiful, well done. And we're going to swap sides. So, we're going to put the other leg, the other foot into the foot bar, and then to tabletop with our left, pointing that toe, foot into the foot bar, pressing nice and hard, in, breathing out as we lift up, rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time, and then breathing out as we roll back down. That's lovely, keeping that leg into tabletop, pointing that toe, and do a couple, breathing out, you can do this. And breathing in, keeping that carriage nicely pulled in, because that really works those hamstrings, those glutes. Let's do 2 more. Nice. You can do this, we've got 1 more to go. Breathing out, on the effort up, rolling it up, rolling back down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Last thing is the tailbone to touch the carriage, and relax. So rock your knees from side to side, have a little breather, grab a drink if you need one. Okay, we are going to change our springs. We're going to go for 1 blue and 1 red, so that's our medium and our light spring. So we're going to do supine arms in straps. So we're going to start working through our core, our abdominal muscles, We'll also start working through our arms, our chest and our back. The main focus is our core. So you're going to lie back. You're going to put your feet onto the footbar. You're going to put your hands into the small loops. And then you're going to make me up to the top. So your arms are going to be nice and straight, right through from our wrists through to our shoulders, making sure we're feeling nice and strong and our wrists are nice and straight. We don't want no snapping back of wrists. We're going to pull in our abdominals. We're going to put our feet at hip distance apart in tabletop position. So we're holding ourselves there, nice and strong. We're going to breathe out as we push the arms down by the side of us, by the carriage, and we're going to breathe in as the arms return to the top. Breathing out as we push down and in to return. Making sure we're pointing those toes, still want to be working through the legs, making sure that our shoulders are relaxed into the carriage. Don't want them up by the shoulder pads, and making sure our ribs aren't flaring up, they're connected nicely into our core. Breathing out as we come up and breathing in as we return. Nice. Breathing out, nice big breath. If you would like to, you can start to lift head and shoulders, that will make a different part of our abdominals, so lifting head and shoulders as we come up. And when you return, we pull the head and shoulders back down. So up, nice big breath out. And if you want to, you can extend into bicycle legs. So one leg will come out as we come up, and it will come back in, and then we swap legs. So breathing out, and breathing back in. Nice, nicely controlled. Make sure the legs are just coming out a little bit. That's it. Just do a couple more. Nice. Let's do one more of those. And we're going to hold. Hold in that position. We're going to put our legs back into tabletop. We're going to change our arm position so that our palms of our hands are facing inwards. So you can relax your head if you want to. And then we are going to go into a snow angel position. So we're going to come out to the side. And we're going to bring our arms back in. So breath out as we come out with our arms. And we're going to breathe out on the effort as we move our arms back in. So keeping our arms nice and strong. We don't want to go too far either with our arms. We want to come out to about 45 degrees, like you're making a snow angel in the snow. And then we're going to come back in. Lovely, that's nice. Just pop your legs down a little bit. So breathing in and breathing out. If you want to, you can lift your head and shoulders. If you don't want to, you can just stay as you are. Nice. You want to use your bicycle legs again, or you can just stay lifted head and shoulders. Lovely. Breathing out. And breathing in. Nice. We'll just do a few more. And then on the next one, we're going to hold into position, bringing our legs back into tabletop. Nice. Relax your head. And we're going to work our triceps. So our arms are going to be glued to our sides for this one, and we're only moving from the elbow. So our elbows come, our arms come in, and our arms go flat. So keeping them glued into the side, we're working those tricep muscles. Breathing out as we push. Breathing in as we return. Nice. Keep those elbows to the side, down by our side, into the carriage. Those nicely in tabletop. Breathing out. Make sure we're really working those abs. Pull those in. Pull the rib cage in. Nice. Well done. Just do a couple more. This has been a good long session on those abs. Lovely. And relax, put your feet on the footbar and you can put those loops back behind your head. If you want to just have a little rock from side to side, I grab a drink, and then we will change to the next exercise. We are going to go into a front arms position this time. So we are going to use a glue spring. Get warm. This one. So glue spring, and we're going to, are you okay kneeling on the carriage? Yep. We're going to kneel on the carriage. We're going to put our feet up through that headrest, lovely, so nice and comfortable. And for this, we're going to be working through our anterior deltoid muscles, our shoulders. We're going to be working through our pectoral muscles, and we're also going to do a little bit of triceps as well. So, you are going to take the loops into your hands, the small loops into our hands. We're going to make sure we're tucking our hips under. Our torso is lined up over our pelvis, and we've got a piece of string running all the way up, so we're nice and tall through the crown of that head. Our arms are going to come into this position side, tucking our elbows into our side, and we're going to do what's called the tea tray, offering a tea tray exercise. We're not going to spill that tray of drinks. So we're going to push the arms forward as we breathe out, and as we breathe in, that's going to come back only to our sides. We're not going back, so our shoulders aren't snapping back. We're pushing them forward and just inhaling so the arms come back by our sides. Nice. Make sure we've still got those abs switched on, our hips are tucked under. And if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, as we push out, we can also rise up onto a high kneeling position. So we don't wobble off and lean back. Pushing out. And in, that's lovely, well done. Nice. Nice alignment, well done. Okay, we're just going to do 2 more. And the last one. Lovely. Relax, keep hold of those loops. This time we're going to go into a hug a tree. So we're going to imagine there's a tree or a beach ball, whatever you prefer, and we're going to put our arms out to about 45 degrees, and we're going to push out as we hug that tree, and in and back. And the arms aren't going again, they're not going backwards, they're just coming out to here. So just a small movement in and out. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Nice, make sure those hips are tucked under. Working through our pectoral muscles now. I think we'll be able to feel that. It's lovely, well done. I'm just going to do 2 more. Very last one. Nice, just relax the arms for a moment, just roll those shoulders a little bit. Then we're going to go into some more triceps. So for this one, our arms are going to go up over our head, and our hands are going to be into a clenched fist. We're going to lean our bodies just slightly forward, so that we're able to move our arms, bending from the elbow back over our head. So we're keeping our arms by our head, biceps by our head, and then we're pushing up. So nice lean forward, lovely, well done. So breathing out, push, and in to return. Keeping those elbows by our ears. I've already done a little bit of tricep work so far, so you should be feeling that now. Nice lean forwards, looking at that nice angle on the body. Breathing in Still working through our abdominals. Nice, well done. Let's do 2 more. Lovely, well done. Roll your shoulders off. You can pop those knees back down. Do a bit of a stretch. You can do a stretch across our body, really stretching out our muscles. And the same on the other side. Okay, a few shoulder rolls, grab a drink. And then we're going to go into some lunges. So you can choose, it's either a blue or a red spring. Blue is obviously lighter, red a medium spring, so slightly heavier, you can choose. Maybe blue. Okay, so our left foot is going up by the springs, and our right foot is going onto the shoulder rest. And to start with, we're just going to put our knee onto the carriage, just while we get our positioning. We're going to make sure our hips are tucked under. Lovely. And there's a nice straight line through our body, nice standing nice and tall. And when we lunge, you might want to put your hand onto the footbar for stability. And when we lunge, we lean forward and we push our leg back. So we're working through our quads in our left leg, our hamstrings. We're working through our hip flexor muscles in our right leg. And we're breathing out, push back, and in to return. So as soon as you feel you've got your balance, there's a lot of balance in this as well, you can take your hand off, you can put your hands on your hips. As soon as you're feeling confident, you can take your knee off as well. So it gets a bit more stretch through that thigh. So tuck the hips under, nice and tall, and we're leaning forward as we lunge back. Excellent, well done. Making sure that knee stays over the ankle, it's not going too far forward on that left leg. Don't forget to breathe. Nice. Really plant that left foot into the floor so we can really feel it through the ball of the foot as well as the heel of the foot. Nice breath out and in. If you want to on this next one, we can start to move our arms up above our head. So we're moving them in and out in time with the carriage. So moving out as we push back and in as we return. Still making sure our hips are tucked under. Nice. Start to feel it through the quads. And a lovely nice hip flexor stretch. It's the leg that goes back. Nice breaths. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Never count. Well done. Okay. If you need a drink, grab a drink. We are going to move into a thigh stretch position. And then we're going to do a down stretch onto the carriage, and we're going to then do lunges on the other side. So, thigh stretch position, it's only a small movement. We need to be kneeling on the carriage with our knees up against the shoulder pads. Lovely. We want to be in a nice tall position. So tucking our hips under again. Very tall between our crown of our head through to our hips. And we're going to hold the ropes up about the knot position in this one. Now this is only a really small movement because we're leaning back, we're working through our abs and through our thighs, and we're just leaning back. It's a really small position, that's lovely, and then going back up again. It's only a tiny movement to start off with. Breathing out and into return. It's your tummy muscles that work to pull you back in. Lovely. Nice. lovely, well done, lovely movement. Really working through the thighs, the abs. Doing really well. I'm not going to do too many of these, it is quite challenging. Nice, well done. Lovely. Nice flat back. And make that your last one. Well done. Excellent. Right, let's do that, isn't it? Okay. We're going to swizzle round, we're going to face the other way. We are going to use a blue spring if you've already got blue on. Could do a red if you want to. Actually, red might be better for you with your hernia. So, gives you more stability. Okay, so kneeling onto the carriage, facing this way. Hands onto the footbar. And we're going to put our shoulders over our wrists. Lovely. So, from here, we're going to be pushing the carriage back with this part of our body, with our hips, pushing back, and we're going to make sure when we're pushing back, we've got a straight line from our head right the way through to our tailbone. So taking a breath in, pushing out. That's it, lovely, well done. Lovely, well done. Keeping those arms nice and straight. Try and tuck those hips under a little bit. Get into more of a plank position. And back in. Are you okay with that?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. Keeping nice and strong then through those shoulders. Keeping those hips tucked nicely under. Go back only as far as you feel comfortable. Don't forget to breathe. Very nice, well done. Come back in. Working through those abdominals, working through those shoulders, nice and strong. Beautiful. Do that through your abdominals.
Yeah.
Just do a couple more. Worked hard on those abs today. Okay, let's make this one more, the last one. See if we can do a little hold at the bottom. Make that last one a good one. And then bring it back in. Well done. We're going to do lunges on the other side. So whatever spring choice you chose for lunges last time, whether it was a blue or red, make sure that you're on that right spring choice, but we're doing if you need one. So exactly the same as we were on the left, we're going to do it on this side as well. So we're going to put our right leg by the springs, and left leg by the shoulder pads, and then just get your balance and stability using the foot bar, knee on the carriage to start with, tucking those hips under so we're in a nice tall position before we set off, and then we're leaning our body forward into that lunge. Up, tuck, nice tall position when we get back to the top, and back down. As soon as you feel comfortable, get that leg off the carriage, so get more of a stretch, and if you've got your balance, you may take your hands off and put those on your hips if you want to. Knee off the carriage as soon as you feel ready. That position, tuck the hips under, nice and tall before you set off into lunge. Nice. And we plant that foot. And nice breaths. So breathing out as we push back. Breathing in to return. Nice stretch through the hip flexors. And that front leg working those quads again, those hamstrings. Well done.
That's my name.
Is it clicky knee? Clicky knee time.